In here. Got my little jank setup going. Honey, what do you need? Honey, she's in the living room. That's where Mom's at. The same place she's always at. Whoa. I don't know what is going on. My sound is not working. What is... So annoying. It's so annoying when you haven't been on your computer in like a day or two and you get on and just something is weird. It just doesn't work. I'm like logged out of my stuff. I don't know what the heck happened. Come on. So irritating. Alright, my sound just isn't working. Well, hopefully you can hear me
5 minutes of absolutely nothing happening. Sorry. So I'm working on terrain stuff tonight, specifically a graveyard scene. Ton of 3D printed stuff, so. Alright. I do got more stuff. I've got a couple houses. I've got a ton of gravestones, stuff like that, but I want to get this stuff put together and start building up my terrain a little bit better for death wizards. So that's what I'm working on tonight. Since it was a little wonky start, I think I'm probably going to run the stream a bit longer. But yeah, I'm going to get all my tools together and we'll get started. So my 3D printer is a Flash Forge Adventurer 5M. It's a refurbished one. Works great. Very minimal issues with it. All right, I restarted my computer. It had been sat on for a day or two, so let's see if the sound works. It better, because I'm not in the mood for stuff to not work. Sweet. Excuse the singing child. Got my baby girl in bed and got her on a monitor. Alright. I think I've got everything I need. I'm going to make a drink quick and then get into it. Alright. Whew. It feels like it's been forever since I've sat down at this table. Just the holidays are just super busy. My daughter is starting mini mites for hockey and stuff like that, so I just really haven't been able to sit down and do a whole lot of extracurriculars at the hobby table. Mostly just stuff for my Cyberpunk campaign I'm running, games I'm making is where I've been spending a lot of my time, and yeah, not a lot of hobby time lately. After the holidays slow down, I'll be in here more, and more videos will start coming out. I'm actually working on 2 videos right now at once, so hoping they'll come out in a week or 2. I've got extra time this coming week, although it is holiday time. We'll see if I can get away enough to actually do video stuff. Can't promise anything. So these models, they are from Thingiverse, totally free. They are, I guess you could say, somewhat modular. You don't have to stick them together, but I'm going to, because I don't want a bunch of pieces everywhere. But there's pieces to be able to make any kind of complicated graveyard that you'd like, and they're just really nice models, and I'm pretty hyped to get this all built out. So I got a lot of moss and stuff that I want to incorporate into this and just make a really fun graveyard looking thing for Death Wizards. It'll be somewhat modular, I think. Not sure how modular, but it will be just a little bit. And then, yeah, I printed these on my FlashForge. Very easy, nice prints. Minimal supports. I didn't have any failures on them. And they seem to go together pretty easily. I did a couple test pieces when I first got them finished printed, which was a while ago. But, so just kind of been itching to get in here. I got some shrines and stuff, some little cabins and whatnot. Eventually I want to have the entire terrain setup for that's in the book. Like, they got suggested terrains and terrain you can roll on. And then maybe make my own stuff too. I think that'd be really fun. I've got some other ideas for Death Wizards. I really want to do like a narrative campaign with really nice shots and stuff, and like a green screen background and music and voiceover. I just think that would be really fun. And I think that's kind of what I'm going to try to get into more in 2026. I've got some other ideas with tabletop RPGs, some solo adventures and stuff like that I want to really dive into and do voiceovers and incorporate lighting and sound. I like how, if you're in the tabletop RPG scene, you know, there's the real play channels and stuff like that. There's one called Mystery Quest that I really enjoy. They do good with the sound and stuff like that. Similar to that, but I want to do solo adventures, so I don't have to put any of my buddies under pressure. Being in a live play. Not that they wouldn't want to, some of them at least, but it's hard enough getting people together just to play. I just want to do it on my own. And then I'd like to incorporate some AI elements, like some video elements to it. Not a lot, just kind of like accent video for like dramatic scenes and stuff like that. No voice acting or anything like that, or animation or anything. Just really, really simple AI video to kind of get a stronger point across or visual across for the scene in said solo tabletop RPGs. I just think that would be really fun. So that's kind of the thing I want to dive into in 2026. 2026, I'm looking forward to. I got a lot going on. I am hoping to release my first game at the end of the first quarter in 2026. So I got a lot of work to do on that. That's like where a lot of my hobby time is going, is working on that. And I'll be recording a video for that in a week or two. Just kind of discussing that. What do you need? You need to lay down. You need to lay down and close your eyes. That's how you sleep. Any prospective parents out there, this is what you gotta do. Yeah, you need to try. Lay down and close your eyes. Put your Tonies on. Stop playing with Warmy like that. That's why you're not sleeping. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. Kids, right? All right, I'm back. I handed her off to my wife. I tried to give her some reprieve. Her sister's in there with her. They're having a little get together. But I don't really want to be battling my 4-year-old on live YouTube right now. Save that for another day. So, yeah. It's like the start of the year. I just gotta go balls to the wall I need to get a game out just for my own sake, because I've got like a million in the chamber that I just want to work on. And I have to fight myself to not start too many projects, because I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, I don't know, but my mind is constantly going, and I've got all these ideas I think that would be cool, and I need to execute fully on one of them before I move on to the next. And I think I've got a fun one planned for that first quarter. That's an optimistic date. We'll see how well I can buckle down and get that done. Need a filament recycler. I listened to Snarling Badger Studios podcast every week because they're game designers, same space that I'm trying to get into, and they've got good advice. So I've put Rustpunk kind of on a hiatus. I think that it is my big project, the one I was really invested in for probably 2 years, almost 3 years, before I told anybody about it. I was working on it while I was baking still, when I had my bakery. That's when I started working on it, but listening to their podcast, they talk a lot about how to start being an indie game developer and game designer, stuff like that. And one of the things they advocated for was just not going all in on your first game. Don't make it this gigantic project that has to be the best thing in the world, and because likely it's not going to be, and that can really do some damage on the ego. And since they said that, I've had other projects in the chamber that were probably equal size or bigger kinds of projects, so I wanted to kind of scale down some other projects and see if I could get those going. And one I decided I wanted to jump on was a miniature skirmish hockey game. So I'm a big hockey fan. I used to play when I was a kid, and my daughter plays now. My son played when he was in school. Actually just finished my coaching training today, so I'll be coaching my daughter. But essentially it's a grungy, mutant-esque, really humor-forward kind of hockey miniature game that involves a lot of killing of opposite teams, weird teams, playing cards, a little ice rink to skate on. Pretty cool. We play tested it a few times. The early rules. I'll be play testing the next set of rules in about a week or two. And that one I'm going to be recording. It might be by myself. The other person might be busy considering the time of year. But I plan on getting that video out. kind of shine a light on that project and where it's at, what the plan is for it. But I think it's promising. It's pretty fun. Maybe it's just because I like hockey, but very reminiscent of the 90s. Lots of Easter eggs and callbacks to 90s pop culture. Very humor forward. Fun stuff, I think. There is no name for it yet. That's the least important thing right now. I just got to get the core rules work. Right now I'm just developing. Did I somehow end up with developing teams right now? I got 2 teams done with stats and everything. There'll be cards to play with. So I'm developing those right now. And kind of the design of some of the other elements of the game. Like card layouts, character, skater layouts on their stat cards. Some of the other elements of the game like counters and whatnot. Just kind of in that design phase while I play test the rules. I'm missing one, I think. All right. These are single wall. We've got one thing. Front and back. Front and back. These ones are corners. Front and back. That's a corner. This is a corner. This is a corner. Front and back. It's a single face. Corner. Lots of corners. I thought I calculated this out correctly. Maybe I did not. Okay, single face. Corner. There it is. All right, this one's for gates. This one's a gate. Clean that out there. So this is a gate. This goes into here. So I'll glue that in. And then goes the other way, but I'll glue that in and it'll go like that. Okay. These are all gates. All right. Another corner. Front and back. Another corner. I feel like I've got too many corners. I don't need that many corners. Single face. Another single face. Front and back. Okay. Let's see here. So, I'm having a hard time picturing why there's one with a single face. Is it just like a open archway that would be? Like this? me that. Oh, it's the entranceway. It can be. So then, what about the gates? It's just two styles of doors. We'll treat it that way. But I printed, I printed 5. All right, that's all right. Let's make some corners. Need at least 4 corners, all right? That's a decently big graveyard, right? I mean, we don't need a gigantic graveyard. Okay, what if we go like this? So I definitely want to use the gates. I think those are cool. It's the gate door. How many gate doors do I have? 1 gate door. Okay, we're only doing 1 gate. Front and back. Okay. Let's pretend that is the front. Set that there. Okay. And then I'm going to keep those pieces separate, I think. And then I'll start new pieces here. So these will slide in. And gotta remember I have this. Oh yeah. That's plenty big. I don't want it any bigger than that. That's almost too big. What if I go like this? 1 second. Check this thing out. A shrine. Okay, so just from a glance. Boom. This thing is also on Thingiverse, free. It's got a top. This printed pretty good. No issues. But if I want this inside the graveyard, it's got to be bigger, because look at it. Go there, go like that. You know what, I'm going to grab some more stuff. a ton of these guys. Rip. Okay, so typically there's a path down the center. I think when I do these, I might do either 2 or 4, or maybe I could do some kind of insert so I can swap out gravestones. Does it make that much of a difference if I do that or not? Maybe. I don't know. That might be cool though. I do have enough pieces to go this far down. Okay. Let's see. Do this. Wall. And then we need a front and a back. It'll be here. It's quite large. Like that. Keep that as a part, as a piece. And then we can come back to this. So we need another front and back. There. Here. A couple of these guys. A couple more. Okay, how do I fill in this center here? Look at that. I got one wall, 2 front and backs. Like that. Put this guy in there. Like that. Is that what I want to do? That's a huge graveyard. Okay. So let's say I take this and I put it onto this one. Okay, so that breaks out this piece. Look at that. That would allow me to make it smaller if I wanted and move it up to this. Okay, I like that idea. However, I'm running into an issue in the back here. So if I leave this out to just slide in, the problem is these fence posts, they inset. So I'm not going to be able to slide this in, if this is glued on to this, I think maybe I will do that, and I'll just chop off the ends here. They just don't need to be glued. All right. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. We got a plan. Time to get out the glue. Anybody curious? I'm drinking a Negroni tonight. And very low on super glue. Do this wall first. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the holidays. We always do. We take advantage of it. So far we've got a white Christmas in the works, but the weather here is it's acting up for sure. Almost the end of December, and we're gonna hit almost 50 degrees this next week, is what I heard. It's pretty ridiculous. Not what I'm looking forward to. My ideal Christmas is totally blizzard blackout or blizzard whiteout outside. That's what I like for Christmas. It just feels like Christmas. So it's always what I'm hoping for. We haven't had those in like the last 2 or 3 years or so. It's been a brown Christmas where it's just everything's dead outside because it's so freaking cold. Minus 10 degrees or whatever it decides to be. And no snow. It's lovely. Not. I know some people still prefer no. Just crazy to me. I prefer it until I don't, I'll be honest. It's like the warm weather. I always look forward to it coming around because it gets so cold here, but then I think we need to. I'm gonna glue this one on. So what I'll do is I'll do these 2 pegs and then 1 or 2 on the bottom. Boop, boop. Fairly straight. Hopefully that. Oh, I just. Okay. I just did it to myself. I'm stupid. So I try to slap. Muscle it through. Hey, look at that. I got it. Just put some glue on the side here. I'm going to use a toothpick. Slap some of this stuff on there. Bam. Ooh, it's wobbly. I'll leave it wobbly. Do the other side. Small crows or something. That would be pretty cool. Perch them up on top. All right. This bend. Ooh, I feel like it's gonna break. You think? Let's see. And then in there. Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah. Yeah, normally this would be stream, but I just didn't feel like gaming tonight. I wanted to get some hobby stuff done. It just has felt so. But my next gaming stream will be the end of January. As long as nothing comes up. If it does, I'll reschedule to another weekend in January. And I plan on playing Death Wizards again. So I'll go through mission 2. Oops. this. Gonna do it. All right. Actually, I don't even need that because it's gonna sit. It's gonna hold itself in place. It's gonna end up screwing me over. I just habitually put the accelerant on everything that I super glue, and then it turns out to be something that pressure fit that it didn't need. Didn't need the accelerant, and then oh, I did it. Push it flat. Nice. Okay. Oh, why is that? Of course, super glue. Super glue is like maple syrup. This one in the back. It's hard to eyeball, but I'm just gonna clip it. Okay, a little bit more. Rather clip too much than not enough and struggle to get it on when I put it in the ass. So let's clip it down a little bit further. It'll be fine. Once hopefully that's centered. It looked like it was. Centered enough, huh? Let's see. Throw these on. Doesn't look too bad. Perfect. Bust it out here. Need a 90-degree angle thing here. First time I've used the 90-degree. There we go. All right, now we put the gauges on. Clipped at the end. And on and off. Perfect. Okay. So this one I'm going to on this one because the opposite side is not holding it in. And I'm gonna it's really shaping up, man. liking. I don't know what time it is, but might paint tonight. Maybe a primer coat at least. Oh man. Did a whole lot of baking today. Morning. Taking a coaching course for my daughter's 4, so little kids, littles. USA Hockey held the course. It's 3.5 hours long. They do not mess around. Very insightful on how they recommend regions and stuff, play games and practice. So it was definitely a good learning experience. It took away a lot. So I'm pretty happy about that. And spent the rest of the day making Christmas goodies with my daughter. So that was fun. My grandma, when I was younger, was an avid baker. One of the old lady cans, bakes, this and that, everything under the sun, cooking stuff. And particularly on the holidays, out of her 7 kids, everybody would get giant boxes. I mean, I'm talking Amazon boxes, like big boxes of Christmas goodies and stuff. So, I've always liked to do that sort of thing and hand out cookies to friends and family and stuff like that. And then this year in particular, I was lucky enough to get my late grandmother's recipe books. A lot of them filled with Christmas goodies and candies that I remember. So all the goodies I'm making this year and that I have made are all her recipes, which feels nice. And I plan to hand them out just like every year and spread the joy. Got some Christmas dinner food ideas out of the same books that we used to enjoy when we were young, and we'd all go to my grandma's with all 7 of her kids and their kids, and massive family. And we remember eating, so pretty excited about Christmas this year. See how this comes together. Boom. Look at that. So that's the longest it would be. And where would I... So that comes off there. Alright, so what I want to do, I need to put a gate on these 2, or, a fence. So I made stuff called Snowy Trail, or Snowy Trail Mix. White chocolate, bunch of nuts, pretzels, Chex Mix, cereal or whatever. Not Chex Mix, that's savory stuff. But Crispix cereal. Made some shortbread cookies and M&M cookies today. And I've got more stuff planned for tomorrow. Yeah, I made everything with my daughter today. Got those done. All right, last ones are the front. Get these gravestones out of the way. Okay, like that. That almost threw me off. It's like that should be a corner. Come on. I think they have enough to finish us off. Yeah, my fingers are just filled with super glue. All right. Let's get some. Sounds like someone I know. The Midnight, baby. I'll get flagged for this. Just the instrumental, though. Nope. Nice. Move your hips. One gate. Corner done. Can't remember. Days of wonder. So good, man. These guys are great in live. Saw them in Minneapolis with my brother. Sounds bad, was an escape plan. Dreams. It's a photograph. Alright, is it better to Stop Boulevard? Pressure fit, nice. Maybe I can just glue these on. Let's try it. Okay, test fit first. Don't be a dummy. Okay. It'll work. I think I'm gonna leave it so it hinges. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, I don't want it to goop onto the hinge. Look at that. Freaking awesome. Living. My wife absolutely hates this band. There. Got that 80s sound with the sax and stuff. She's not a fan of the 80s. Hopefully this one fits just as nice. Ooh, even nicer. Okay. That is a wrap on that. Okay, let's see how it fits together. Let's see. So I'm gonna do it like this. Get it in the camera a little bit better. All right, let's go with the small version first. It's pretty nice. I almost want a gate on the back too. It's a little too big. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make little grass pads, and I can even do different seasons that I can just take these out and put different headstones in there. Maybe double them up or do like 4 or maybe strips. I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright, let's test out the big version. Yeah, so this is the back. You can slide this backwards. I like that. Put this at the back. Gives you some room. Can still have some gravestones. to get more room doing this. Place some magic item or something inside there. Looks good. Just get her, need to get her primed up. I'm gonna bust out my priming box. So, typically I'll prime with rattle can. Sometimes I'll prime with my airbrush. I just got this from, I think it was Michaels or Hobby Lobby. Vallejo primers. Shake well. I haven't used it yet, so I think I might use this tonight. If you ever use this stuff, let me know in the comments if you have and how it works. Because I think this is the first legit primer I've ever bought for my airbrush. It came with some primers, but they seemed pretty cheapo. But I don't know. No idea what to expect with this. Alright. Break this down into its components. Left and right front gate. Extenders. Left and right back, and the center back. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to show this on live. My camera setup's jank. I just use my cell phone because I don't have a decent setup. let's see here. Big old cardboard box. Get her set up here. Got an idea. Hey, hey. Look at that. Hopefully I'm not in the way. Okay. Got water. Distilled water. Alcohol. Pick towel. Alright. So what I like to do, because I feel like it just clogs all the time, I just pulled back. The trigger and it felt sticky. Okay, so turn it on. Oh, come on. What's going on? Of course, something's off. Okay, that sounds normal. Let's put this front back on. Right. I mean, it looks like it needs to be cleaned, but I swear I cleaned the crap out of it. Apparently not, though. Comes out better. It was sticking. Alright, so that's what I like to do so nothing clogs. Throw some water in there. Sure, we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cup at the ready. We'll dump that water out, clear out the nozzle. Remember Squidmar saying push down for the air first, then release the paint. That helps prevent clogs too. Alright, here we go. I can feel it, it's gonna clog. I know it. goopy on top. Great. Alright. I officially don't trust it. So I'm gonna do what I usually do. Put it in one of these cups. I can see the consistency. Look at that goober. I do not want to put that in there. I have trust issues with my airbrushing. Alright, I'm just gonna go straight in. No, I'm not gonna use what I just dumped in there. Air first, pull back for paint. Whoa! Yeah, it needs to be cleaned. It's like, how is it even doing that? It's like a flat spray. Watch. Look at that. What the? Alright, whatever. For now, I'm gonna clean it like crap after I get off stream here. Man, this stuff's supposed to have a smell. It smells like sweets or something. Oh man, it's barely coming out. Let's take out the front. See what happens. Nothing. Okay, so this thing must... This thing must help with getting the paint on it. It's coming out, but it's not coming out very well. Definitely some cloggage going on. Feels nice getting it primed though, watching it all turn black. Let's
more in there. I primed some minis tonight too. Got them on the table here. Oh no, it's blasted. Nice. I don't know, man. Like decides to blast out like crazy, and then it slows down, and then it's definitely not coming out very smooth. That's for sure. Oh, look at the bottom side. There's the milk. There it is. Watch me blow it right over. No? Yes. Well, it feels like it's not. Ooh.
night. It's working pretty well. It's so splattery though. Definitely needs to be cleaned. Come on. It's coming out in fire mist now, but very slow. Right. Just almost completely stopped working. We clean this bad boy out. Some water in here. Now it looks like it's supposed to when it comes out. Looks like it's coming out in a straight line. Alright, I'm gonna toss some more primer in there. Actually, give me one of these. Q-tip. How is there so much paint on there? Just absolutely dunked up from this primer.
Now it feels weak again. Feels weak and now it's not shooting out straight. Be very careful in here. Just super gunked up in there. I don't have anything that's small enough to get it out.
Sounds better. Alright, let's see how this baby goes. Squirt it all over the freaking side of it. God damn it. Oh yeah. Blah, I need to put my mask on. Holy crap. I don't know if my mask is in here. This thing is slanging primer now. Alright. Quick check, see if my mask is in here. Alright. Not the mask I was looking for, but I did get a mask. Whew. It's not paint particles coming out. No. Gosh, I might have to get a fan. It's going nuts.
I am gonna prime some more, but I gotta get a friggin' fan set up. Alright, I got a fan set up. Okay. First on the docket. I'm gonna prime my Task of Honor miniatures. Actually, you know what? Blood and Plunder. Oh, come on. Those guys are good. Alright. Let's get a little more prepared for this. definitely clogged up now, but it's a little better. It's not just spitting out all the paint. Just gets gunked up in this nozzle up front. And I think that means there's too much air coming through, which makes sense because it's just freaking. It's essentially wasting a bunch of paint because it's just blasting out of this thing like crazy. But stuff is gunky, man. Stop for 30 seconds to go get a mask and stuff. Go! able to be done up to these guys. Sometimes the blue sticky tack just needs a little sprucing up like this. Get it all twisted up. And your mini will stick on there a little bit better. It's like not even coming out anymore. Good lord. Alright. I think that's probably it for the priming today. Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't want to smoke myself out in my garage. Alright, well. Get you off the hook here. Well, that was an exciting hobby adventure. So for the channel, once the holidays are over, it's going to be sparse videos. I'll try to get some shorts in. My hobby weekends will remain the same, the second and fourth weekends of the month. And I'm mostly just going to be working on my games. I want to get some games out. YouTube isn't my focus. It's just kind of a fun outlet. So yeah, I'll get videos out when I get them out. If you are interested in what I'm going to make or what I am making, subscribe, because I'll have some videos coming out soon on my newest game. And if you want to check out Rustpunk, I've made a couple videos on that. Otherwise, hobby stuff, skirmish games, tabletop RPGs, do some 3D printing, stuff like that, paint miniatures. So yeah, appreciate you being around, hanging out, and I will catch you next time in a couple of weeks. Peace.